back to Behind the Breeze. I am here with Hannah Kennedy, our new editor-in-chief for 26 to 27. Are you excited? New job?
Yeah, new job, new me.
New job,
Can you
new
imagine?
You. New job, new you. Okay, yes.
Like, I'm just going to start fresh. Forget everything you thought you knew about journalism.
Well, you've been here before. You've been on the podcast
I've been on
before.
the pod,
You're
yeah.
the only person who's been here twice. Yeah, and you should be honored.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For anyone that doesn't know, I was last on with Landon Shackelford.
Yes.
He was not asked to come back.
Nope,
so
did
I think
not ask him to come back. That's very
pretty
indicative
telling.
of what the general vibe was.
Bad.
No, I'm kidding. We love Landon.
I didn't say
love
that.
Landon.
I didn't say I was kidding.
We have differing opinions on this. Well, you live
Yeah.
with him, so that's a whole different
He lives in our
situation.
basement,
This
and
isn't
he's
true.
not allowed upstairs. That is
You can't lie on the
Have you been-
podcast.
I can do whatever I want on the podcast.
Well, you can't lie.
Oh, I can't lie
Yeah,
on
you're
the
under
podcast?
oath. You step in here, you're under oath.
Okay, that's going to change a
They didn't
lot
brief
of my
you
talking
and, they
points.
didn't
Yeah,
brief you.
never mind then. Okay.
Yeah.
Do you have
well,
questions for me,
No,
Maddie?
I do.
Okay.
Congratulations.
Is that a
Mark was
question?
my first question.
Congratulations.
You are now the editor-in-chief.
No takebacks.
No takebacks.
Mhm.
What are you planning on doing?
That's a pretty loaded question.
Sure. Okay.
A lot of stuff.
Right.
I think we've done some really amazing things, especially since I've been at the Breeze. I've been under 2 different editor-in-chiefs, so one of them was returning, and then one was my freshman year. Yeah, no, they've been amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned a lot from them. Basically, what I just want to do is tighten up some of the stuff around the office. We have an amazing base. We have amazing editors and writers and photographers, and I really look forward to what we can do. I think we're going to push for some more social media and multimedia engagement, so that means working with TV more, using our socials to the best of our abilities, and yeah, just getting out some really cool focused content this year.
Yeah. What do you like about print, and why did you choose print?
Well, I've never worked for TV, so it'd be crazy if I rocked up to TV and I was like, I want to be news director right now.
I mean, like, in general, when you started journalism,
Yeah.
what made you be like, I want to write?
I actually have a pretty pointed explanation for this, which is basically I've just always been into writing. Teachers have liked my writing, but I've always just thought it was fun. I'm a terrible fiction writer. I'm not a great nonfiction writer. That's why we have an amazing staff.
Says
of
the
people who are-
editor-in-chief.
No, I'm fine.
In quotes, I'm not a great nonfiction writer.
No, we do have an amazing staff, and honestly, so no, I've always been into writing, nonfiction
Yeah.
especially, and then in middle school, I had this English professor who just loved me. She was super cool, Miss Van Laer, that was her name, and she had her daughter come in, Julia, my goat, and she came in my 8th grade. I had some sort of writing contest we were doing, and she was like, hey guys, I run the newspaper at the high school that I was gonna go to in 9th grade. If you guys are interested, you should definitely check it out. So I did. I really liked it, so I got involved there. As a freshman in high school, I stuck with it all 4 years. It was a great time. I learned so much. I just really like storytelling. That's a big part of it. And then I came to JMU, and I was like, all right, part 2. Let's
Might
keep
as
it
well
going.
keep going.
Might as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why editor-in-chief? Why not managing editor again?
I think for the same reason I went to become managing from copy and, from a news writer to copy in that sense. It's just I like working with everyone. I think as the years have gone on, I've realized I have more to contribute. So at first it was just how can I contribute as a writer, right? How can I get more information out? How can I get accurate information out? How can I inform the community? And then for copy, it was how can I make sure that we're putting out the best work that we can in terms of grammar, AP style, punctuation, just things to make us look more professional, logical flow of stories, just improve our content. And then I was like, I see some really cool opportunities for sections working together or ways just overarching that we can visually change some stuff up and just tell our story as the Breeze a bit better. And that's why I went to managing, and it's been an amazing experience. It's definitely the best job I've ever had. And I'm someone who likes to kind of bounce around and try different things. So that's big praise coming from me. No, and then for EIC, I was like, you know what, I want to take this one step further. I have some ideas about how we can work with TV, about how we can push social media, about the general direction of the Breeze for this next year. And I have an amazing staff that I know I can lean on, that I know I can trust, and that I hope feel like they can do the same for me. And it was just more about what can I give the Breeze, what can I do for the Breeze and the larger JMU community.
How many people are actually on print staff? Because somebody asked me this the other day, and I don't know, like, how many writers do you actually, you don't have to know. I don't know how many reporters we have.
I could give you like a rough estimate.
Yeah, rough estimate.
I can take you through like really quick the editors themselves.
Yeah.
So first of all, there's big three, which is myself, and then I guess I'll announce this on the pod.
Yay.
Online managing editor is Emma Natarnicola, if I said that last name
Okay.
right. She's really cool, but don't ask me how to spell it.
News?
She was news editor.
Yeah,
yes.
okay,
So
I
she's
do know
moving
her.
up.
Yeah.
Preston Comer, he's gonna be print managing editor. You know
Cool.
him from sports.
Yeah, he was on the podcast.
He was on the pod with Ethan, right?
Yes.
Guys,
Yeah.
I met Ethan's parents, BT Dubs, and I
also
walked
met
them.
Ethan's parents.
I walked them to the Breeze because they were going the wrong way.
Oh, that's funny.
I ran into them on campus.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys. So they're going to be doing that. And then we have, 2 sports editors, 2 news editors, 2 copy editors, 2 culture editors, 1 opinion editor, 1 art director, 2 photo editors, and 1 audience editor. So that's 13 editors, if I
Who's
did not
audience
math right.
editor for print?
Issa Lewis, my goat.
Yay!
From
Wait,
culture.
That's so exciting.
I love her so much. So that's what we have. And then each section on average has about 5 to 7 consistent writers, I'd say. And that fluctuates depending on like time of year. So if it's around finals, some people kind of drop off.
Yeah,
If it's
I mean,
around
yeah.
graduation,
We
people
have the
drop
same
off.
thing with reporters. Yeah.
Yeah.
It happens.
I know you guys get
Yeah.
it.
So it's like
So-
25 writers?
Oh, no, we have a lot more than that. But like
Yeah.
consistent ones. In terms of contributors, which is
Yeah.
people who have less than 5 articles, so they're not like technically a staff writer.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure each section probably rotates maybe at least 5 of those.
Oh, wow.
And then staff writers that just aren't consistent writers that kind of come in and out. And then there's also photo. Probably like another 5. So I don't know. I think consistently 5 to 7, like ones that we know, okay, we can rely on this person to get out really good, strong content. And then maybe like anywhere from like 3 to 7 more. It's a lot.
Yeah, that is a lot. I mean, that's more than I thought because I was somebody asked me the other day, they were like, how many people are in the Breeze? And I was like, between print, TV, and ads, a ton.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. Like, I would say maybe 100.
Oh,
Over 100.
more than 100.
Like, a lot of people. And I just
Yeah.
never had thought about, like, the actual numbers of it because
Yeah.
I've never had to. So,
No, yeah, we also have people that contribute to social media and to our design
Yeah.
team.
just.
And of course, photographers.
Yeah.
Like, there's so many
It's
just in print.
insane. Yeah.
And I know you guys have a ton in ads.
Ads is new. Yeah,
Ads
they
is-
just got their whole staff ready.
New staff. They're cool.
Yeah. What would you say is like good content? What to you is good print content?
I think that really depends what section we're talking, right?
Sure.
So I think what that just means, and I use that as kind of a vague overarching term, just because that looks so different for every editor and for every writer. Even within the news section, right, we have beats, which are essentially, you know what beats are, but if
It's not the vegetable.
it's not, well, depends. If you're on the beat, then it definitely is.
Beat.
We have someone who does farmers,
Which is the BB.
which is the beat. But it's basically just taking like a portion of the community and a portion of that section and saying, this is what I'm going to commit most of my time to learn about this area of interest and then be reporting on updates on that. So like, for instance, like Student Government Association, so SGA, that's a beat, City Council is a beat, events is a beat, politics is a beat. Like there's a lot, and that's just within the news section. In culture, there's different lifestyle beats, so like fashion, arts, musicals, TV, like all that kind of
Yeah.
stuff. For news, what that looks like is just getting things out. And you know what? I'll say this for every section, is getting things out quickly and getting things out that, and you've heard this so many times, but like,
Mm-hmm.
you know, like, oh, is it localized?
Yep.
Is it, you know, is it timely? Like the newsworthy things.
Mm-hmm.
There's so many.
Is it impact, timeliness, accuracy?
Well,
No.
accuracy
Is
yes.
duh. Yeah.
But
Wait.
it's
This is gonna
this is
drive
really
me
bad.
crazy. This
Don't
is really
tell
bad.
Brad,
Don't
guys,
tell Brad.
that we can't remember
We
these.
were in the same 210 class too.
We have to cut all of this.
Impact.
I'm gonna get fired.
Timeliness.
Can someone
Emotion. Yeah, emotional.
maybe?
Yeah.
Sure. Impact, timeliness, and like, is it like in terms of like geography, like physical,
Local.
local,
Ooh,
local?
I don't know.
We have to cut all of this.
Yeah,
This is
we
really
actually
not
should
good.
lose our jobs.
Yeah.
There's probably some freshmen who would be able to name all of them.
Hopefully,
Not
all of
us.
our writers and definitely all of our editors. But
And
yeah,
definitely all my reporters.
yeah. But just
Right.
you know, getting things out that people care about. Telling stories that might not otherwise get to be told, being fair and accurate.
Yeah.
All of those things for all of the sections, of course. But like opinion should be a lot of the time responding to what the JMU community is talking about, responding to news, those kinds of things. Culture is, to me, like kind of getting into like what is student life, right?
Yeah.
Like what's going on, like what are the trends, why are these the trends, what's going on in like arts and like
Yeah.
all that kind of stuff. News is like what's happening.
the best
Oh.
news story you've read? Or just story, not like news, culture, opinion, whatever.
Can I do our most recent ones?
Yes.
Like, can I? Well, not like our most recent ones, but I'm actually gonna make this. Culture has been on a crazy run recently.
Yeah.
If anyone saw the Yik Yak story about Squeak the cat,
Yes. Oh my gosh, that was so good.
that was really
There
good.
was a cat that was missing for a really long time, and they couldn't find this poor cat, and then all of a sudden they found it, and it was a really good story.
Yeah,
I
our
read that.
writers got in contact with the original posters on Yik
Yeah.
Yak. They did a follow up. They did a whole thing about the reunion. It was really cute. People loved it. Sports is always either the first to break news or we know about it before a lot
Early,
of
yeah.
people. And we're just waiting to get that confirmation because sometimes, not naming names, other people don't wait. I'm not looking at, well, I'm looking at you, but
Whoa,
I'm not
are
looking at you.
Right at me. I didn't do anything.
It's Maddie, guys. She's reporting false news. No, but like game day, like we had that information
Yeah.
and we waited to confirm it because we knew things could change last minute, and it's always better
To wait.
to wait,
Yeah.
to be accurate rather than the first to break the news.
Yeah.
But they're incredible. We just put out a POTS article. Actually, one of our photographers
that,
wrote it.
yeah.
It was covered this week. It was excellent. News the last 2 weeks there's been an insane amount of breaking news. They covered not only a student death, which is of course always tragic, and they handle it with like the utmost respect and they handle those things very well, but also that same day going to an impromptu memorial.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's really, really heavy.
Yeah.
And they did an amazing job
Yeah.
covering those things. And same thing with sports last night at the office when we do our production night. They were covering, I'm going to get this wrong, but it's
okay.
like JMU basketball won the SBC tournament. That's huge news.
I
They
wouldn't know.
wrote that story up. We had it online like the second the news broke. And it was amazing. They had that on print and everything. So they did a great job.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's a big feat reporting something big like breaking news. I mean, I covered the student death on the TV side, and I know that was not a call I was prepared to have at 9 o'clock in the morning. I don't think anyone is ever prepared for that kind of call or that kind of breaking news. It gets a little different on the sports side when you can. I mean, Preston and Ethan and I talked about this. Like, it gets a little different on the sports side when you can, like, have you can have time to confirm that breaking news and you have that time to not, like, release it right away. But for breaking news, it's a second. You got to be out there. You have to go, like, pretty much that minute. Have you ever covered breaking news?
Personally, I'm never really on site for that stuff.
Yeah.
I'm always kind of behind the scenes reading the staffer, double checking information, working with our writers. We just have so many incredible writers and the editors of our news sections. I mean, you always get the call about that stuff and it's always how do we go from here? But I'm never really on the ground there. It's always, guys, I don't have a car. R.I.P. me.
Oh, I did not know this.
This is so embarrassing. I literally don't even have a car. So
You wouldn't be able to.
No, I would
Yeah.
not be able to. No. It's always like, for me at least, like it's someone hears something, it's getting in touch with whomever you need to for those situations.
Yeah.
It's talking about the logistics of it, like how are we going to cover this sensitively but also accurately and also in a timely manner, right? Because if you wait 48 hours to tell someone something that could be impacting their life at that moment, it loses its impact.
It loses its impact. Where do you draw the line of like sensationalism and breaking news? Or is there a line?
It's difficult. I think it's a lot of how you report the situation and less about the situation itself. Of course, this comes down to like, if there's like an affair, why would we be reporting on that? If you're a public figure, that's one thing. We're probably not going to report if Jim Schmidt has an affair, though, right? You would report on that?
Maybe.
Jim Schmidt has an affair?
Depends on who it's with.
That's so true. If it's
Depends on who it's with. No, cut that out. Bleep that.
It's with Maddie, guys. Breaking news.
No.
Yeah, I think it's kind of understanding how is this affecting everyone else. If it's especially in cases like with the student death, it was how can we make sure that all the information we have is correct and not just push something out to push something out. I think our team, and of course your team, did a great job covering that situation. Even our photographers, they were out there and they were like, how can we tell a story without trying to get like explicit images?
Yes.
Like you don't need
anything crazy.
Yeah.
That's like what I mean, that was like the first hard news story. No, maybe not. That was the first news story that I would say was difficult for me because I've just never, like, a lot of my stuff is concerts or like I did the election show, like that kind of stuff. I've never had to report on something that was impactful for a lot of, like, I don't know how to phrase this correctly, but it took a lot of stepping outside of myself and being like, I'm reporting on this because people should know and people should be able to keep themselves safe. And basically, like, I just had to keep reminding myself that, like, this is important for people to know. And I don't know, I just had that really, like, back and forth of, like, this is such a hard moment for people. And almost like the person versus the journalist in me, which is hard to separate. You can't really, but like the person in me and like the human in me is like, oh, this is so hard. Somebody's gonna watch this and they're gonna be very sad, and it's hard to put something out that you know people are going to be sad about. But the journalist in me is like, but people need to know. So it's like that constant like fight in you that you're like, I am a human. I am also a journalist. It's just, I don't know if you've ever felt like that, but that was something that I had to deal with a lot covering that, just because I had never covered anything like that before, and it was early in the morning and show was at 3. So like we got the news early in the morning and I basically had to make sure all of my information was correct and make sure that I was handling it in a very accurate and respectful way, and in a very short time. But yeah, it definitely gave me a little bit of a dose of reality to report on something like that.
Yeah, I think you can only and should only remove yourself so far from that situation, right? Like we touched on this a bit earlier, but you're a journalist, but you're a person, right? And those aren't two things that are mutually exclusive, and those are two things that should, to me, always go hand in hand. And it comes back to, like, I don't know, it's difficult to think someone's, like, if someone passes away, their parents could be reading that, right? Like, their friends are going to be seeing that. The larger community is going to be seeing that. And that's always tough. I remember I covered some like vigils my freshman year, that kind of stuff, and it's always tough. It's always, how do I represent this accurately and with the proper amount of emotion, but also, like, at the end of the day, this is news as well. You're not trying to put your own opinion in it. You're not trying to put your own, like, special twist on it. It's just about getting that information out to the community.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you so much for joining me.
Thanks for having me, Maddie.
You're so welcome. Next week is spring break, so just like normal, we won't be here. But the Wednesday after, we will. Thanks for watching Behind the Breeze. Yay.
Bye.
Bye. Shout out to Hannah for joining me on this week's episode. We will actually be skipping both next week and the week after for a quick little spring break, but we will be back April 1st with a new episode of Behind the Breeze. Be sure to follow The Breeze and Breeze TV on all forms of social media so that you don't miss an episode.